Thank you for tuning in to the NSUSpartans.com weekly football coaches show. And this week it's the playoff edition, as Norfolk State will play its first ever Division I FCS playoff game this Saturday against Old Dominion. And now we bring in Spartan football coach Pete Adrian. And Coach, it's been a couple weeks since we talked last, so first off, congratulations on the MEAC championship, the big win over Morgan State. A couple weeks ago, your first here at Norfolk State, and of course the school's first in its MEAC history. Tell us a little bit about what these last couple weeks have been like for you as a staff, and also for your players here on campus.
Well, it was great to be able to finish it off. Finishing on the road, to have to win your last two games on the road, and which we were able to do, which was a real good thing. And again, I'm real pleased for our players. We have so many fifth-year seniors that have been here for the 5 years and have been close a couple times but never have gotten it. And quite frankly, they played solid all year long, and I'm really glad we were able to do it because it's well deserved for them.
And I know, of course, during the year you probably would have wished you had an off week somewhere in there in the middle with that tough slate of games, but nonetheless, the bye week actually came at a decent point for you at the end of the season. As you said, the players got a couple days to take off and celebrate the win and heal some injuries. So was the bye week as beneficial as you hoped it would be?
Yeah, it's probably been better, mainly because this place has just gone nuts since we won the championship, and had we had to play, the very next week, I think it would have been really tough for our players to be focused for the ball game. And by having that bye week, the players and the coaches, we've been able to really enjoy winning the championship and being able to talk about it without having to worry about our next game. Where, now we're in game mode. So once again, we're back to just all we're talking about right now is Old Dominion because they're our next opponent, and that's where we want to focus. And it's nice we won the championship. We can enjoy that after we're done playing.
You mentioned ODU, of course, the big playoff game coming up this Saturday that everyone's talking about. What were your initial reactions when you saw the name ODU next to Norfolk State on the selection show on Sunday?
Well, when you saw when Liberty lost on Saturday, and that's what it said, always changed it around. I kind of figured that's who it would be for two reasons. One, the NCAA wants to make money, and two, they don't want to spend money. So it's just a natural. It's the first time ever in the history of 1AA football that there's been two playoff teams within 5 miles of each other. And of course, as you well know, that the game's already sold out, and it's a hard ticket to get anyway. It should be a great game. Got two teams that are evenly matched. Kids know each other. The coaches know each other. So it'll certainly be a backyard brawl. And afterwards, I'm sure everybody will shake hands and congratulate the victor.
How hard will it be for you as a coaching staff this week to kind of keep your players' intensity down a little bit? I know there's probably going to be a lot of talking back and forth between guys who, as you said, played in high school, and of course the city's going nuts over the game, already sold out, as you said, in the first day or so.
Well, as a coach, we don't try to put any fuel on the fire, so to speak, because you don't have to. Because you don't want to be burned out on Thursday or Friday. You want to do it on Saturday, and it'll be the same for both teams. That's why it should be a great football game. And from a fan standpoint, I'm sure there'll be a lot of contact and some big plays, and it should be a very exciting game. And I think the weather's going to cooperate with us. Looks like it's going to be 65, 70 degrees and sunny, so it just doesn't get any better than that in Norfolk than this weekend.
As you said, two teams pretty evenly matched. Both finished 9-2 in the regular season. Of course, NSU winning the MEAC title and ODU tying for second in their first year in the CAA. I guess of all the teams you could have ended up playing, I guess from a coach's standpoint in preparation, did it help a little bit those ODU, since you know a little bit about their coaches and their personnel?
Well, I think it has, but I think it's equal for both teams. We know more about them and they know more about us than if we were going to go play Liberty or Montana or whoever, because they're right in your backyard, and of course you're always reading about them in the paper or on TV. The players know each other. I mean, all summer long our kids went 7-on-7 against each other, so they know each other, and again, it's going to be a lot of bragging rights, and that's the fun of it. That's why you play the game, and it just so happens to be it's a playoff game, and I don't think anybody thought a couple of years ago that our first time we'd ever play each other would be in the NCAA playoffs, so that's a tribute to Old Dominion and us.
Of course, teams are scheduled to start a 6-year home series in 2013, but as you said, a nice treat for everyone involved, the city especially getting to see the game a couple years early. As you've got a chance to look at ODU's film, what kind of stands out about them, and what do you think will be some of the keys to your team getting a victory this Saturday?
Well, I mean, offensively, they've averaged about 36 points a game, and they've been very consistent with that. They haven't had any scores that were in the 50s or anything like that. So, I mean, you're basically getting around 30 points a game regardless who they're playing. Their freshman quarterback has just been really phenomenal the last 6-7 weeks. I think I found out today that he's thrown the ball 232 times and only had one interception. He does a great job of getting rid of the ball. He doesn't make bad plays by that. He doesn't take the sack or run out of bounds. You know, he can throw it away, or if he sees an opportunity to scramble, he'll take off and go and then get down without taking the hit, which is also smart, so he can, you know, doesn't physically get beat up. Receivers catch the ball very well. They've had the same offensive line intact the entire season, which is really unusual, and they've stayed healthy. The running backs run strong. Defensively, their front four is real good. I found out today that the Cameron player was the defensive player of the year in the CAA, and of course number 12, their linebacker inside, was an all-conference linebacker. But their defense has gotten better as it goes along, and the thing that I think was good about their defense, I hope it doesn't happen this week, but when the game's on the line, they've been able to make plays, and that's what you have to do defensively.
Certainly should be a fantastic ball game, as both teams have really played well throughout the year, been very consistent, and as you said, found a way, another common thread among the teams, found a way to win games in the fourth quarter. So I know it's a game everyone will be very excited to see, and unfortunately, as we said, the game has been sold out already. The first day the tickets were on sale at Norfolk State. Of course, that allotment sold out, and then the ones for the general public for ODU also sold out. So were you a little surprised to see that at quite this much of a fever pitch here in the city?
Well, a little bit. You kind of expected that, and I think the thing that's ironic about it, and I believe, is does Virginia Tech and Virginia play this week? You wouldn't know that here in Norfolk, would you? You know, I mean, all your talk's been ODU and Norfolk State, and that's kind of a nice change of pace, and that's not meant to be a slam on any Virginia Tech or Virginia fans, because I like both of those teams, and obviously they got some great coaches there, but it is kind of unique that you're seeing us in the sports headline, you're seeing us on TV and things like that, particularly on Monday and Tuesday and days of the week of that early. So it's a great thing, and I think the game should just build as it goes through the years too. I think it'll be a great game for both teams and the fans.
All right, Coach, we wish you good luck Saturday, and also want to congratulate you, as it was announced this week that you got your second MEAC Coach of the Year award, and your team was well represented this year with 10 selections, which ties the 2017. Chris Wally and Blake Matthews among those who got top honors. Wally for Offensive Player of the Year, and Matthews for Lineman of the Year. So I know you're real pleased to see your kids get that kind of recognition as well.
I'm very pleased for them, and of course, like I tell our players, when you win the championship, all your kids are all conference.
That's right. That's right. Well, again, we hope to see you on Saturday. Those of you who were able to get tickets, I know it'll be a sold-out game at Foreman Field this Saturday. Kickoff is at 1:30 p.m. If you can't get to the game, it's available on ESPN3.com. You can also catch the NSU radio broadcast here locally, as well as online at NSUSpartans.com. And Coach, we'll talk to you again next week. Good luck as the Spartans have their first ever playoff game this Saturday. Everyone's really excited for it.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you again soon on the NSUSpartans.com weekly football coaches show.